a virtual show. Enjoy it on the go. Listen at night, listen all day. It's online, you can have it your way. Hoagie time.
Because he's so blown away, and you're like, now he's ready to forgive his wife.
Yeah.
And dude who fucked the wife is off scot-free into the sunset.
Scot-free. Imagine the wife standing there during that exchange of words, just standing there,
He's right,
huddled over.
Nick.
She's just
He's
been
right,
fucked.
Nick.
Either way, she just got fucked.
Either way, she's fucked.
And
She's going to get her husband back.
It's just two dudes trying to figure out if it was cool or not, but it still happened. And she's not. There's no input from her.
But she knows it's going well. Whatever's happening is she knows it's like, okay.
Well, it's nice to feel wanted.
I definitely fucked this friend, but he is really humming right now explaining this situation.
Yeah, let him cook.
Yeah, let him cook. And I think I'm going to get off of this scot-free. I'm going to have my husband, and I'm still going to bang this guy behind his back.
That's
a great inside joke.
You know,
that's like every time we think of that hypothetical, I fucking laugh.
We have to write the song because that's what it was, a conversation about a hypothetical song or a songwriting idea. And like, it would be a great song.
Yeah, because there's 3 verses in that already. Like, because it's too in depth that you couldn't. You would need 3 verses to write each scenario.
And a very interesting premise, one that hasn't been explored in modern music.
Yeah.
Not nearly enough.
And by the third verse, like family, their friendship's back together, the family's back together. They're now being intimate again. Like this guy's speech to his friend was like fucking groundbreaking. It changed his life. You know what? You're right. I do have that ring, and I need to treat that woman better. I need to treat that woman that gave me that solemn vow on that August day.
He's basically like, buddy, you're just embarrassing yourself by banging my wife and being so immature. You're just embarrassing yourself. All the other adults are around here, and you're just.
Oh, so
you have no wedding ring?
Wait, well, he feels that way, kinda, but he's also, that's his friend that he loves. So he's just like, you know what? You're right, pal. He's more appreciative.
That's
of
how
the
he
fact
ends up
that,
feeling when the guy wins him over with his speech.
Yeah,
he's like,
more
you know
appreciative
what?
of it.
Yeah. This poor guy.
Right. But that's
so immature, missing out on life, missing out on the ring and the family.
A week later, he goes back home, and when his family's back together, that's how he feels when he's talking to his wife about the situation. Like, he'll never, Ricky will never have anybody like what we have, you know?
And they just forget that he just fucked the wife.
Oh, he's still gonna.
They're just talking.
It's still gonna. It's an ongoing thing. Ricky and Beth are going to keep it going. But
so Beth's huddled there while the guy's explaining why he's and she's just
Listen to him, Nick. Like a real Delco accent.
I only fucked him because he's pathetic.
Whoa! What? We got these shirts from the first lady of Hoagie Time, Kristen Imperial Pizza.
We're terrible businessmen to be wearing these shirts and have no sponsorship at all from them, just for free.
I know, but how much cheaper can they go?
They can't go any cheaper. They can't. They raised their prices. You were telling me
$2, and that would naturally that would be too much. But they were $7.95 for 20 years.
Jesus Christ!
And they were good. They're good pizzas. It's not like Lou Pie. Remember Lou Pizza?
Yeah,
that was $6 and shitty. Like you got what you paid for. Imperial's
there was
good.
Zero craftsmanship. It was just coked up 1992, 1995 dudes.
Yeah,
that place had to be Lou's had to be a money laundering place because $4 at one point, and then with the topping was $6. Yeah,
it was, but it was dog shit. But Imperial's actually good.
You want to talk?
I always just say this with Portnoy. He showed up there and he's like, "This is a good pizza." Like he gave it 6.9, but they only have a Facebook page that they kind of use, which they promoted the T-shirts. That's why I ran and got them.
I got mad at that Portnoy pizza review because some dude came out of there after getting pizza said this pizza's horrible. I wanted to find that motherfucker and be like, "Yo, dude, this is our fucking neighborhood."
But how par for the Delco course?
Perfectly.
It's a must be nice. It's a must be nice.
Yeah,
situation.
Must be nice. So, he had to be negative for no reason.
Yeah, he's in line getting his pie, and he's like, "My business isn't getting this free publicity." Fucking Portnoy's
so
not showing up to my
dude.
job.
I was so mad at
talking
that.
About me,
why would you do that? They have this opportunity here, and you're going to shit on them. But you're right. It's par for the course.
It's classic Delco. The whole must be nice.
Open over 50 years, no website. Everyone knows the phone number, and you can mock it as much as you want.
They still have it's a good pizza place when they still go by the letters in the first 3 digits of the phone number.
KI3 or something.
But you're right about the must be nice. The must be nice syndrome.
Yes.
It's fucking hilarious. Those people that are just like say you went on vacation somewhere, like you just got back from Ireland or whatever, because I go so often.
Yeah, the many times you've been back and forth.
Yeah, so say I'm coming back from Donegal again. Someone will just be like, oh, must be like, oh, well, I had overtime. I worked 80 hours this week. And it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
You don't think I had to work 80 hours somewhere along the line to go on vacation? Like,
Right.
we're all in this fucking boat together. Like, somehow some people have better weeks than what you're having at the time. But for the must be nice people, they always got to assume that, like, that day it's me versus you.
I hate to see someone do well.
I don't understand that. I mean, like, lift everybody. What's that? Like a crab in a bucket mentality? Is that what they call that?
I don't know. Do you remember Audrey McLaughlin when she was on The Voice?
Sure, from Glenn Oldham.
Yeah. She was fantastic in The Voice, and she kept making it through the rounds that the judges were voting on. Eventually, it becomes a popularity contest where it's all about phone calls or something
sex?
like that. Yeah, phone sex.
Who has the best phone sex? Hey, it's Audrey.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, your vocals are fantastic. Now it's on to the next portion of the show.
You know what to
the
do.
Phone
big
sex
boy.
round. What?
Yeah.
So, like, as these people are advancing, it's showing how their hometowns are rallying around them. Like, they're going home in between weeks and whatever. And it's showing how these people are throwing parades for, like, their darling singers, and the whole town is getting together and, like, so psyched.
Yeah.
Dude, the town was against her. I remember, like, most of us were for her, but I saw so much hate, like, being at Barnaby's Ridley. Like,
But can she do it 6 days in a row?
she's not
Summertime?
even. I'm not talking about workers. I'm talking about random crumb bums at the bar.
Yeah.
This the chick from Glen Olden. So eventually, you can only go so far without the support of your people.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
you got to grow. You got to.
much too easy to hate on.
Anyone with success has to build it from the ground roots up. You got to be popular here before you make it there.
When you want to talk about Delco, right? Would you say if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere? Like in the Frank Sinatra song, New York, New York. Do you think that applies to Delco as well? If you can make it here?
Yes, I would say that, but also like there are people that kind of have it like that Delco niche thing kind of going, and I don't know if it works everywhere. Like take that Peg. What's the girl that goes around the comedian?
Peggy O'Leary.
No, not Peggy O'Leary, who we've had on.
Aunt Mary Pat.
Aunt Mary Pat. Aunt Mary Pat.
Oh.
Like that didn't take off nationally, but she was a stud here. He was a stud here. So
It's so funny. She sounds just like my aunt. Yeah. But she sounds just like my aunt.
it was awesome actually. I loved Aunt Mary Pat, but like that, yeah, like I said, that made it here, but not everywhere. But I think it does. You do get thick skin.
Yeah.
Being from around here, you know how to deal with disappointment better, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, because at least people we know, like, we're not expecting things to go right, the first time, or so we can handle bad news.
I think it can be a tough crowd to play music for. And if you can get by it, and if you can find yourself doing well, in this crowd, then you're doing something right. I think I think the bar is a lot higher here for some reason. Where anytime I travel and I see a guy, it seems like the crowd is like into it, or it just seems like it's just an easier road to stand out.
You think?
Yeah. From what I've seen.
I think you're right to a degree, but I also think like if you start early and you build like a fan base, they're loyal as can be too. Like Thug Folk, not to always bring up our band, but it was like we said a few weeks ago, it was a flash in the pan. It wasn't that long, but we did it at a young age, and people kind of fucking remembered it and they supported it. And like 20 years later, 10 years later, we reunion shows are packed and stuff like that. So I do think they're loyal. But yeah, I guess they can be a little bit tough too. The best town for like musicians, it was Dewey Beach. That was like a town where like literally people are excited to like go and see music every day, and they don't care who's playing. They just support it and love it. It was the most loved.
You would play down there sometimes, right?
It was the most loved I've ever felt was in Dewey Beach.
It's almost like a mini Broadway in Nashville. Like, so Broadway's the main strip where you walk, but that's like Dewey Beach.
It's really cool. The whole town is based around music. So like everybody goes to the beach in the morning, and then there's a horn that goes siren that goes off, and everybody hears it. Yeah, like something like that. And it's at noon, and everyone knows that's the time to leave the beach and go right to the bars for the jams that start, or they call them. And then music goes all day long from noon till 1 a.m. And I remember the first time I played down there, I'm like, 1 a.m. That's crazy, dude. They party and they start so early that 1 a.m. feels plenty late enough. But that's the the coolest place I've ever played.
I've been there a few times and was blown away by it. Never growing up. I went there for the first time like 15 years ago at this point to see my boy Louie.
Louis D?
Yeah, and Citizen Cope was playing. I was just with Louie on Sunday, and Citizen Cope was playing in Dewey Beach. And I just couldn't believe how cool. There was like reggae bands, like young reggae bands, and there was just music all day long. There was the normal cover bands, but then there was a couple cool niche bands. Yeah.
I remember when I played there thinking like, wow, why didn't I come here? Like, it's only a half an hour further than Wildwood. And why didn't I come here at all when I was like young and able to like party, you know? By the time I went, I was in my mid 30s, and like I went by myself. Like I was like, oh shit, I really should have branched out when I could have. But you live, you learn, Mike.
Yeah, what's the bar down there? Bottle and Cork?
Bottle and Cork is the main big one.
I saw Citizen Cope there.
Yeah.
And they get like pretty cool.
They have national acts.
National acts coming through.
Mm-hmm. They'll have like a who's it, Robert Randolph, that kind of level, like you know, sea level, Citizen Cope,
like Ardmore Music Hall era,
Screaming Trees, that kind of thing. Ardmore, yeah, exactly, yeah. But at the beach. How's your shirt? Your shirt looks good.
Thanks, man. It feels good. I was saying Louis D. I was with him Sunday. We went and we checked out Lisa Schaefer's record shop called Vinyl Chickie in Glenside. I'd seen her talking about it on Facebook. She's a photographer that and a DJ in the city. She did the photos for my album.
Okay.
And I knew like when I did my album, I wanted it done by like the right people in every aspect.
Whites? Or did that matter? Did that matter?
White,
oh, you want it white?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'm not judging.
And she was the photographer, so I kept in touch with her, and we went up. Dude, great record shop. Great. It was fucking so cool going and just flipping through the records.
When you say record shop, is that all vinyl, pretty much?
There was also there was no CDs. I think there was a little cassette section, but it was
cassettes.
It was albums, and it was like new, current, or at least in the last 10 years, like newer stuff that you might not be sure that it was on vinyl, as well as like the classics and like reissues. It wasn't like a used record shop.
I feel like if you're a band and you're doing it for real, like you do get like about 100 vinyls pressed just for that kind of situation to have that.
They had Brian Seymour's American Courage vinyl.
Past guest?
Yeah, past guest Brian Seymour. That's right. Shout out Brian Seymour. But she had a section and it was like Philadelphia local, and it was like prominently shown.
Oh, that's awesome.
She supports the local scene. But yeah, it was fun. I got the
You shot up there just for that?
Yeah.
Just to kind of
it was Sunday afternoon. Just wanted to do something. Check it out.
Took a ride.
Not even owning a record player.
That's what I was about to get to. Like, so few people, like, unless you're like a music fan, you don't have. That's what it gets back to, like the importance of like music to like the general masses is just not as important anymore, because that's not even a common thing. Like, everybody had a tape player, everybody had a CD player, but like now, you got to be like a real diver to have a record player. Yeah. And do you notice the sound difference from vinyl or in a CD?
Not really. It sounds fantastic.
I think it does too. And
so
I like
digital.
that. It does too. Yeah. And I can hear that, like that hiss that makes it seem like you're in the room kind of, but I don't know if that makes it better, but I know it sounds damn good.
I mean, I've got a pretty good like digital audio player that's like, I've gotten into that as a hobby where like I have like FLAC audio files and like uncompressed audio. Like I have in-ear monitors that plug into this.
Now, what does that mean to the layperson, what you just said?
Just flawless audio content.
So you got the great audio, all the top
so it's supposed to sound unbelievable. Yeah. Like if you shut your eyes, you should be like, okay, in my right ear, I hear exactly this. Acoustic guitar, finger snaps. But in my left ear, I hear this. But this is kind of, it's like that. So it gets pretty cool with some recordings. Now, not all recordings are recorded in such a way where they sound interesting like that, but there's Dark Side of the Moon and a million other albums that do sound great like that.
That's pretty cool. I was reading an article today about how stereo and mono. Like I don't know. Like I know stereo is like both, and mono is just straight and then stereo. But they said in the 60s they were just kind of fucking guessing. So a lot of those Beatles records, they're like, they just to do something different, they would go vocals all on left and then like the music right and left. But I've read a little bit about that, but I came across something with the Beatles. The Long and Winding Road, John Lennon played bass on it, and they said that like he purposely sabotaged the bass part because it was so horrible. And I kind of like did a little.
I gotta give that a closer listen.
I do too, and I did, and I think it just sounded like something that he learned for the first time, and they picked that one. But there was a bunch of people saying that he only played bass on 4 Beatles songs, and that he played bass on that, and everybody thought he purposely sabotaged it because the playing was so bad. Yeah,
And you're probably cutting it live. It's
Yeah.
probably not. You're probably not going in and doing your track separately the way they do things now.
well, if you remember, the bass part, or Paul wanted that Let It Be to be back to the feeling of a band recording again, but then they got in a huge fight during it. And you're welcome. And they kind of stopped recording, and that was the end of the Beatles. So Paul goes away to Scotland to his farm, and nobody can get a hold of him. In the meantime, the producer Roger Spector, or Roger, or not Spector,
Phil Spector?
Phil Spector goes and gets Let It Be and just puts a fucking wall of sound orchestra on everything. Never tells Paul. And John's just like, yeah, put it out. 6 months go by. Paul comes out. There's nothing he can do. He didn't approve it, but John said, do it anyway. And all of the music on Let It Be had all this grand orchestra that Paul never, ever even intended. The Long and Winding Road wasn't even done yet. And he put it out with that bad bass line from John Lennon. When I say bad, like missed notes, everything. But they said maybe that's why Phil Spector added all that instrumental.
It noticeably sounds shitty.
It's noticeably shitty if you listen. Yeah, if you listen. But that, to come out and like that's why Paul sued the band like for that whole year of 1970-71. It's like I never got my okay to put that music out. So if you ever listen to Let It Be, I think that album is actually pretty weak all around.
And then they released Let It Be Naked.
Let It Be
was
Naked
the way
was
it
more
supposed to be, right?
yeah. But Let It Be was always a bullshit album.
It was bullshit.
Bullshit song,
It was
too.
the first. It had like dig it, dig it.
One of my favorites. That
Yeah.
I Dig a Pony.
Yeah.
But Let It Be and
Old
the
Brown
long,
Shoe, maybe?
Old Brown Shoe was George, but Let It Be and Long and Winding Road was just so fucking like Paul Grandy music.
I think I've seen like a printout of a letter that Paul wrote, and he was like, "Never do that again." Like he wrote it to like the record label or whoever. It was like I've never. Did you see? Speaking of the Beatles, that they're teasing a possible release of Anthology 4.
Really?
Yeah, on their Twitter account, they posted a picture, and it was like a 1 in the style of like the scrapbook cover of the old Anthology, if you can remember the CD cover.
Yeah.
So it said 1, 2, 3, and then it said 4 with a question mark. And so
As a fan, I would love that.
Yeah.
But what would it was pretty, the discography of 1, 2, and 3 were pretty in order. And it seemed like they wrapped it up in 3. Where do you think, maybe the solo stuff? Or just more unreleased, maybe like Hamburg
more
days,
unreleased.
like Hamburg, like, or whatever.
More unreleased, and possibly the article I read said they might take another crack at Free as a Bird and Real Love.
I love
those
Real
were
Love,
those
yeah.
were the Anthology songs, right?
Free as a Bird, Real Love.
Yes. Okay. So when they did that at the time, they were using Jeff Lynne, who from ELO, the producer Jeff Lynne, Traveling Wilburys.
Yep.
And the technology at that time to take the vocals from Lennon's old recordings and put them to something new.
Right.
The technology was okay, but people for a while have said that you can't really hear them, and it doesn't sound that good.
Right.
So when they came out with Now and Then a couple years ago, it showed how that technology.
Hello, it's
Yeah,
you.
it's great.
Yeah,
it shows how that technology has improved.
Yeah.
Because they took his vocal and his piano, it's studio
Yeah.
quality, separated and all. The article I read hinted maybe reworked versions of Free as a Bird and Real Love with the new vocal technology to make it sound better.
Shocking, because George was such a fucking pissant about all that. Like he was always like the most like irritated Beatle. Like the only reason he signed off on any of the Anthology stuff is because he was in money troubles.
Really?
Yeah, so
He didn't
now
want to do it?
He didn't want to do it at all, but he had lost a lot of money. His business partner robbed him. But him being gone now, only 2 surviving Beatles. The fact that George's estate would sign off on it, especially because he's dead now, and like his wife would do anything to uphold his honor.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Make as much money as possible.
Or maintain his legacy. I could see it
Maintain
go
his
either
legacy.
way.
Just like if you look at it in the broad sense, like Bruce Springsteen, the Beatles, a lot of people now are looking into selling their music catalog because they're not getting anything for it. Like they can make 300, 400, 500 million. In Bruce Springsteen's case, 500 million they paid Sony, and they now own all of his masters. Meaning now they can, for like a 4th of July commercial for Ford or Chevy, they can use his songs. But I'm not one of those people that has all that honor that gives a fuck. Like if you're going to write me a check for $500 million, do whatever you want to me. Yeah. Do whatever you want to me. You can have a fucking body part.
Yeah.
So,
Can
but
I buy
other
the Master of McDay Boulevard for $100 because it has my dad's bar in it.
You could give me 50 and you'll never hear about it again.
Done.
It's sold.
What a guy.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Yeah, because I'm a man of the people. But like some people are like so like on my honor, like the Beatles.
Like it's fucking gross that he sold out.
How could you sell out? Fucking
fuck you.
Yeah, dude. It's all about a buck at the end of the day, anyway.
$500 million.
Are you like that? Like in ways, like in anything in your life, to where like you uphold like an honor code, or like are you kind of just by the wayside? Whatever way the wind blows me today.
I guess it depends on what we're talking about.
Yeah, like I just thought that too. Like I am that way in certain things, and then in other things I'm like, fuck it, I don't care, whatever. But then like I'll be honorable, and like that's the principle of it about certain other things that
you
are
better
weird.
goddamn take your hat off for the anthem. For some reason I'm serious about that. Look at those fucking juveniles with their hat.
Yeah, and there's certain things that I've been really like,
hats off for the anthem.
Like I'll only pay a certain amount for certain like things, and then other things like I'll just throw money at it and not know what it costs. I'm like, I'm not going to go there. The gas is $3.25. I know where it's $3.11, and I'll drive out of the way and do that, and then not think where I just spent $20 10 minutes later.
Take my family out for a nice dinner. It's too expensive. Plus, I got to get another gritty Flyers tattoo on my calf.
But wouldn't you think? Wouldn't you think that would be something you either are or you're not? Like, if I guess maybe not. I guess that is something where people are just people are a dichotomy. There's different parts to people's brains where they can be a certain way like that. But I just know that for the most part, I don't give a fuck about honor and code and all that.
Certainly not music.
Yeah, not music. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know, dude. Not in this instance. We're not
but
talking
then again,
if he did something super cheesy with it, and I was like, "Oh, this is in poor taste," I don't know, man. It wouldn't fuck my day up. Like,
yeah,
I can't think of any situation.
You
that
might disagree with it, but it wouldn't be so fucking that no deals off.
Yeah.
Generations of my family will not be paid. The deals off. Yeah, that's it's nice. I mean, I think it's honorable that people do feel that strongly about something. Like I wish I knew that feeling, to feel that strongly about anything. That's got to be respected, I guess. I just don't have it.
Yeah, especially not that.
AB, Antonio Brown. You follow his Twitter?
No.
Oh, dude, he's fucking awesome. He has he has this thing like White of the Week. He posts his White of the Week. It's fucking, and it's always like some fucking white guy that
Somehow I feel like we couldn't pull that off.
White of the Week?
The Hoagie Time Black of the Week.
We might.
And it's always John Reed, by the way.
We might. Yeah, he's our boy. Not in that way. He's our friend.
Say it.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to. You can.
No.
Because you can.
Why?
Because your Ancestry.com came back. Aren't you from Northern Africa?
Yes.
Somalia, I thought.
Somalia, 0.2%. That's right.
Dude, you can say it. I can't. I am too Celtic.
I respect it too much. I probably could, though.
You
right?
absolutely could.
Yeah.
You could go to Chester, West Philly right now. And I'd support you.
Mike, why would I go there? Wait, what word are we talking about? What word are we talking about?
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
I don't even know. I'm fucked up, all right? I have a lot of fucking problems.
Yeah, man, you don't have those Zins again this week. I was looking forward to that.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I'll get some on the way home. I just, like I got away from them. I haven't had one in a couple days. It's one of those things that I'll just, next time I'm at Wawa, I'll get some.
I was thinking about
But you're
today.
hooked? You're hooked already?
Well, I wanted one again tonight because it gave me a nice buzz during our broadcast last week.
Is that what I'm here for, to get you a buzz?
No.
HT, how you doing over there?
I'm doing good, guys. How you guys?
You buzzed at all?
Not yet.
There you go.
How many Murphy Stouts has that been? 4 since we started?
3.
Whack for my daddy-o and whiskey in the jar. Oh. How many, are you exclusively like a stout, thick beer guy?
So I've always been a stout guy because when
because of your
grandparents-
size.
Well, my size, but yes, I'm very stout. Yes.
Okay.
But no, my
And jolly.
grandparents took me
Beautiful.
to Ireland when I was 12, and back
Oh,
then,
you've been over?
I've been there a couple times.
Were they
Aye.
asking about Mike?
Aye.
No, they were not asking about him at the time, but he was also probably about 6 at the time.
You were
Well, it's
probably
probably,
in
about
the,
probably about the same time they started talking about him and asking for him.
you're probably in orange order areas. I'm not allowed there.
You're not allowed there?
Bomb too many fucking roads.
Whoa, dude.
And fucking post offices.
Maybe we can beep that out. So what were we saying?
Yeah, we'll bleep that part out. But yeah, no. So my grandparents took me over there, and then like I just remember.
Let's get the boy fucked up.
Well, literally, that's really what it was. You went. We were staying over top of pubs in Dublin, and my grandparents were downstairs drinking. But I had dinner with them. They give you 2 Guinness, and you're asleep at 7:45.
Who's asleep? Not me.
That was me. At 12 years old, drinking 2
Dude,
beers.
Guinness is when I start scanning the room looking for others.
My first kegger at Bonner.
Scanning the room looking for pussy.
We're down at the golf, and I'm like, so what the fuck is this?
Fair
This is
freckle.
Fair
pussy.
fucking, yeah.
A fair Bonnie.
Dane.
A fair last Bonnie Irish.
With
With the
super
Star of
fair.
County down or
even the
whatever.
hot, Star County Down's a banger.
That is
But
a banger.
but as far as like even the hottest Irish chick, you can tell they're like a slightly like Downs.
Frail.
They have, like Down syndrome. Like no, they got like a big, like maybe their teeth are like shaped, or like their head is a little boxy. Like, and there's beautiful Irish women. Like my
it
mother
possible
was a beautiful Irish woman. You know that.
Don't I ever?
Yeah, but she didn't, like a few generations had passed, so they got Americanized, and they didn't have that fucking boxy kind of like. I can look at an Irish person and they can't even speak, and I can tell like, oh, they're from Ireland because they have a
can't
little
walk and they're wearing a soccer jersey. That's how I can tell.
because they come up to your car at the end of a drinking in the bar and say, "Can you taxi me home?" I'm like, no, I'm not the taxi. Plus, just get in a fucking car and go back to Ireland before the court date comes for your DUI.
And so your penis is out, and you've pissed your pants.
And they're fucking, in the bathroom with like the fat red head.
Just a nice fair
Just
last Bonnie.
someone to get
so nice and
get them a
fair.
green card.
And in the songs too, they can't stress enough how fair and bonny these lasses are. Nothing about sexy. I don't get any sexy vibe at all.
No, you don't get any kind of fucking.
I get muddy Sunday afternoon Easter vibe from that whole scene.
Yeah, Easter Rising, fucking. That's a fucking confusing one. The Easter Rising.
What is that?
It's when the
Irish
whole
folklore?
it's not folklore. It's the Irish whole separation from England thing. It was like 1917 or 1916. The Easter Rising. And it started off with obviously the Irish Catholics didn't want to be persecuted by the crown anymore. But then the IRA kind of, in the Irish side, the IRA and the real IRA kind of started like a splinter kind of gang where one wanted to be. Michael Collins started the whole thing. He was like the head guy. He was all about like, yo, we got to fucking do this, but let's get what we can get now. And then over time, we're going to diplomatically make our way and become a free one Ireland. The IRA, real IRA, or the other side was saying that they wanted to. Can I ask you what you're doing, sir? Michael Collins. Okay, I would have just grabbed it.
Narcan.
Yeah. So the other IRA part, they were like, no, they're like, we want to fucking kill these Brits and we want to kill them now. Don't you fucking turn on us. Like, we're doing this and then we're going to keep going. And we're getting our independence tomorrow or today. And like, my God's like, that's not the way to do it. Like, almost the same thing with like Alexander Hamilton and Burr, how they kind of like.
Didn't they duel?
They did duel. And
I don't know much
Hamilton
about
died.
history.
Yeah, Hamilton died.
From the duel?
Yeah, from the duel. It was like 1899. It wasn't that long ago. It was like 1898, 1899, and died. But it was the same kind of thing. Like Burr was also one of our founding fathers, and he was just like more like, be less aggressive and we'll get it diplomatically, where Alexander Hamilton was like fighting right now. So the back to the Ireland thing, the Michael Collins and the IRA, they splintered off, and then people from within the other side killed Michael Collins, and it killed our dream of a united Ireland. So
Our dream, he said.
Our dream, yeah.
Did you just slip into Gaelic there for a second?
I did, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, my name is spelled with an N apostrophe before I even start Michael Barkley. Or, I couldn't even fake it.
Oh, I can't even pronounce my. It's like ro.
Snagaho.
It's so bad.
His name.
The alphabet's different in some instances, right?
Yeah, his name backwards is Snagaho. So that's great. I didn't know that. Like, you imagine going to O'Hagan's, the bar, growing up, and then being like, yo, he snagged a hoe from O'Hagan's.
The funniest
That was
thing
a
is,
missed
like,
tank
I
top
knew that at
opportunity.
8 years old.
Could've
and
sold
it's
them like hotcakes.
Everyone like in high school, it's like, oh man, people are going to Snagahos. I'm like, yeah, I know my name backwards. I get it. Thanks, bud.
Yeah, we're going to my buddy's house. He lives right by Snagahos. We're allowed to smoke cigarettes and drink coffee there.
Yeah.
Shout out Bernard's.
Remember we would bring up the Bernards every fucking episode?
I kind of want to again.
Yeah. I remember, yeah. And their dad worked at Rite Aid. So everything came everything came from Rite Aid, and it was styrofoam. Yeah. Everything in the house was fucking.
It was as pollutant as possible. Everything. It was the old style styrofoam.
Yeah, plates, cups, every plastic fork. I don't think they had fine china.
I definitely not. I resisted the urge to bring them up when we were talking about the anthology, the Beatles anthology.
It came up, and you said,
I resisted the urge because remember how much Douglas loved the anthology. We used to listen to it a lot there, and live at the BBC.
Live at the BBC was dog shit. There was nothing good there, but they're the Beatles, so they could sell. You know, I was actually happy about that because Pete Best, the Beatles' original drummer,
who got about a missed opportunity, and what a horrible inside joke that would have been for the Beatles too. Like that the fuck, you know, they just let him go. They didn't even fucking tell him to his face. They just like they had Brian Epstein do it. The manager. Ringo was handpicked. Think about Ringo's physical appearance.
He was a little guy.
They were like, "This is the guy."
He was a little guy. He was in a band called Rory Storm and the Hurricanes, and they were a professional band. So when the guys saw him play, they're like, "Wow, he's got like fucking gigs under his belt.
He's got the chops.
He's got the chops." Yeah, but Pete Best, yeah, they sacked him without even telling him. And then within 6 months, the Beatles are the biggest thing. But the BBC, the cool thing about the BBC CD album was they finally were able to put stuff that was recorded with Pete Best on it to where he could make money.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
In the end, they said he made like $7 million off that.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So like it maybe came later than it should have, but still he was able to make money off of what they did to him.
What if I was a snob Beatles fan to the point where I was like, I prefer the Pete Best tracks personally? And I was a Pete Best purist.
Yeah, you'd be at all the clubs like not
like
totally
not mod, but like the weird
totally not in on what all the biggest group of the last century, and you're just being a bitch about it, and you missed the whole thing.
Someone's playing "Hey Jude," I'm like, "What band is this?" I don't even entertain it.
Oh, Pete's old band.
Yo, did you see these?
I was just looking at them. Are they Hoagie Time picks?
Yeah.
HD, fucking amazing. You did great again, pal.
Hey.
These are guitar picks, and they're Hoagie Time. Maybe we can zoom in on
Stop up and
at some point
we'll say hi, and we'll give you a pick.
Oh, this is beautiful. Hoagie Time picks.
They look beautiful, but we'll be able to tell that these are the initial run because of the darker square around the logo. Next time we do it, we're going to send it with the clear background, so it's going to just go right on. So these will be collector's items. Come say hello at gigs and get these soon-to-be collectible picks.
Yeah.
A virtual show.